Welcome back, ladies. I'm actually by myself. Chrissy is under the weather currently. Don't worry, nothing serious. She will be back next week. So in this episode, I'm going to be by myself talking all about confidence. You've heard me talk about this subject before, but I kind of wanted to dive in and really tell you what I believe confidence is. It's something that you're probably not expecting, and just some ways that we can embody this in our everyday life and relationships. So let's get started. Okay, ladies. Confidence is such a hot button topic. I know I say this about a lot of the topics that we cover, but it's because it is. It's really just, these are the emails that I get all the time, especially when, you've been in a toxic relationship, or you're coming out of a relationship, or you've been cheated on in the past, or, you didn't have really that loving family dynamic. Confidence is such, I think it gets twisted I see it on social media because everybody relates it to self-love, which is beautiful. And it is like self-love is part of that. But I kind of want to get a little micro here and really talk about this, because I believe confidence is really just this embodiment of energy. And this energy is an accumulation of actions, an accumulation of things that we do for ourselves. It's almost like that discipline, being very, very disciplined in the way that we live our life. Now, discipline doesn't really sound pretty. Most of us are women here. And it's just sounds like a weird word, but I am, as it relates to this self-love talk, more than just self-love, because I feel like it can get kind of, it's more than just about beautiful rituals you set for yourself. It's really just about getting structured and building that trust from within, right? Confidence to me, ladies, is all about self-trust. That's all it is. It's believing that who you are, what you do, and how you do it is the way that it needs to be done. Now, it's not cockiness. It's not that arrogance. That's an energy that comes from insecurity. Confidence comes from that abundance mindset. It comes from knowing that you are really, really tuned in to the energy of you. And I want to share just like a little story, because this week I had such a magical week. My girlfriend Mercedes came down, and it's really hard to put into words, so I'm going to do the best I can. She is I call her, and actually she put this into words, but I definitely agree. It's called, I just feel like she's the priestess of the femme. She really, she's a feminine movement teacher. And again, me even saying those words just didn't really feel right. So maybe one day I will put it into words that feel good and actually embody the scope of what she does. But anyways, since having Rowan, I felt, your body just stores all this stuff, right? It doesn't matter. Our minds are always on to the next, right? So you can think that you've moved on, right? We've moved on from relationships or trauma in the past, rejection, you birth, right? Labor and birth. That's a huge thing. And especially for me, there was so much being stored from last year in my body, and I felt it. I felt this rigidness, and I told you guys things that I want to let go this year. And the thing about me, if y'all haven't noticed, is if there's something I know that I want to work on and I want to let go of, I schedule it. And I bring in the people that I know will help me. So I'm like, bring. call my girlfriend Mercedes, and I was just like, listen, I need to practice with you. And she was my teacher, a few years ago, and she really, really helped me. I mean, changed the game. And what this practice is really just allowing your body the space to tell its story wherever she is right now. So it's such a beautiful practice in falling into yourself. And you hear me say, if you followed me for a long time, you hear me say, as I get older, I fall into myself more and more. And what that really means is I'm less in the reactive mode of what I need to do and who I need to be out in the world, right? And more into who am I in this moment? Where does my energy start and begin? Because it's so easy for us women to really get meshed in other people's energies. And I felt that was happening with me. I have tons of people in my home, because like working and also family members and even in what I do here, it's really easy for me if I don't set up practices and rituals for myself, for me to get in the mesh of other people's energies, where I lose sight of where I am, and where other people begin. And I know a lot of women feel this, because I know that because we feel energies, right? And we get into that overextension of energy where we feel like we need to say or do or react quickly. And what this practice has done for me this week is, one, it helped me release a lot of blockages and stored emotion in the body, especially after, having Rowan. There was a lot of movement that really, really just allowed those emotions to come through freely. But what I thought about after this, and as I'm still in the processing mode of this week, what I thought about is the falling into the body is where that confidence starts. It's that grounding of energy. Again, confidence to me is an energy. It's this grounding presence that is of full ownership and trust of self. That's really, really hard. I know, ladies, it's hard because, we've all have our stories. We have relationships that ended. We have people that have cheated on us. We have, mama, daddy, sister, cousin, family drama, okay? Where it knocks us off of our, can knock us off of our game. It can make us second guess ourselves, second guess what we want, and if it's even worthy, if it matters. And in relationships, confidence is really, really, really important. In all relationships, this is not just intimate relationships. This is your ever expanding scope of relationships. This is your family, your business, your partnerships, your friendships. It's the certainty in self. And certainty is really, really important because that's that foundation, right? You heard my quote, the relationship you have with yourself sets the foundation for the relationships you have with others. What that means is that relationship with self is all rooted in self-trust. Just like you wouldn't, if you think about the key factors for healthy and thriving relationships is trust, right? One of them is trust. Well, that self-trust is really, really important because if you don't trust yourself, ladies, you're not going to trust who you're with. Because if you don't trust yourself to make the right decisions for who you choose in your life, well, then there is no foundation to build off of. And so confidence to me has always been about self-trust, but more so this week, I actually felt it as a presence. I felt it as an energetic presence. And one of the things that I talk about, and even in our past event in Australia, was the archetypes of the femme, you know, and how each of the archetypes have different sets of value systems. And this confidence is this presence of grounding, rooted, rising energy. And that to me is something I felt this week. It was this ability to just fall into myself without forcing myself to do anything else, just to allow the space and to be as I am. And I think as we interact with people all around us, it is really, really important to know, again, where your energy starts and ends and where theirs begins. It's slowing down, in your body, essentially, slowing down in your breath, slowing down in listening, slowing down so that you can kind of gauge the room, slowing down so that you can listen to what's being said instead of reacting to what you think, just to defend yourself or what you think is up. It's slowing down. It's slowing down so that you can gauge the space and come from, a grounded, rooted space to respond. And so since self-trust is so much about confidence and is so much about the body, and because your body is just kind of, especially for my ladies watching, your body's just receiving messages. You know, you're feeding and feeding and feeding off of other people's energies. And not only that, you're taking in other people's, beliefs and their concerns and what they have to say about you and their thoughts and opinions and all of those things. You're just taking it on, and your body's storing it. So in this moment, I would love if we all can just take one deep breath. That's just at the table. Let's do that again. Deep breath in. Just that alone makes you fall into your body. And that's something I had to work on all week. It was the first time in a year, ladies, that I was able to breathe. And in that breath, I was able to fall more slowly into my body. And she would tell me what I needed to do. Okay, so since confidence to me is this energy of presence within yourself, this ability to trust in yourself, I wanted to kind of get a little bit more micro in what self-trust means, okay? Because I'm all about being more practical and bringing these terms into practice into our everyday lives. So to me, in order to build self-trust, you have to build a record of positive decision-making. That's number one, okay? Create a backlog of all these positive things that you've made decisions for in your life. It almost kind of goes into discipline, right? And discipline it's not the most glamorous of words, but it's necessary. It's becoming more structured with yourself in order for you to fall into the freedom of you. When you have that discipline and you continue to every day make small, beautiful actions towards your highest good or your vision, you start to trust yourself that you're making great decisions for your life. When you have a record and a history of tons of positive decisions that you've made for yourself, it just amplifies even more. Every day, you create habits and rituals that amplify the vision that you want to hold. That comes from discipline. So the more and more, if you think about all of the past relationships, and trust me, ladies, we can all raise our hands that we all probably got ourselves into some shitty relationships. And if you didn't raise your hand, you're probably young or haven't gone through it. Not necessarily. I don't want to say that. There's some beautiful relationships that last a lifetime. I'm not trying to put that out there, but it's really, really easy to say, because I think a lot of ladies who message me about confidence, a lot of it has to do, this breach of confidence comes from, past relationships. Maybe an ex cheated on you, and you just feel that you're bringing in some baggage into your new relationships. What you can do right now is start thinking about the woman you want to be. And what can you do every single day that aids to that overall vision? Create a record of positive decision making every day. Just small actions that you're just so proud of yourself for. That's really, really important. Number 2, show up for yourself and your commitments. Now, this is huge. This is huge. When you create commitments for yourself, show up. Just as you would expect a friend to show up for you if you guys made appointments and commitments, you wouldn't appreciate it if someone bailed out and didn't even tell you, right? Didn't even let you know, just didn't show up. Have those standards for yourself too. These things build that self-trust. Just holding yourself accountable and showing up. Okay. Number 3, make sure your words and actions hold value. This is kind of in the showing up, but more so, think about how, this is going into the negative self-talk. A lot of us feel, I'm always in the negative self-talk. I'm always just like flooding my mind with insecurity and limiting beliefs and all of these things. Well, just newsflash. And I think we talked about it in another episode. By the way, did I say why Chrissy wasn't here? Yeah, I did in the beginning, but it's kind of weird. I just hit my mic. It's kind of weird not having her here. Oh my God. Ooh. Anyways, I just thought about that. That was just a thought. Sorry. I just kind of like I could see just like an emptiness right here. And I don't know, miss her. We talked about this in a past episode, right? That negative self-talk is, newsflash, everyone has it. The Oprahs of the world, the Elon Musks of the world. You name them. Everybody has the same negative self-talk. We all do. It's just, what do you give energy to, right? But it's also just creating space to flood your mind, your thoughts, your energy, your being with positive words. And this isn't just positive affirmations, standing in front of a mirror saying, I am. Like, if that works for you, that's beautiful. But that's not what I'm talking about. Stop engaging in negative talk, period. The gossiping, watching shows or YouTube channels that just engage in negativity. I had to kind of stop myself this past week because, I like a little guilty pleasure here and there, but then I just realized that some of the guilty pleasures I was engaging in, I was just left feeling like, it's not sitting right with me, because my higher self's like, you got shit to do. This is not aiding to the overall feeling you're trying to achieve. But also showing up, when you say something, be a woman of your word. Making sure that, the actions hold value. Your actions hold value. That instead of in the reactive mode that we talked about, that anything that you do serves a purpose and intention. And in order for it to serve a purpose and intention, we need to sit and slow down. We need to slow down instead of being in reactive mode. Ground yourself when when you start feeling this anxious energy, right? This anxiousness in your chest, and you're just like, and you're about to react. Just take a breath. Ground yourself in your body. That'll help you become more purposeful, more intentional with the things that you say and do. Okay? Give yourself a moment. Give yourself a moment. Take accountability. This is really huge with self-trust, because when we play victim, because so-and-so did X, Y's, and Z's to us, come on, people are people. They're going to do a lot of things. Like, we are all going through a lot. We have gone through a lot. We're probably, we've been through relationships that didn't serve us. But as soon as you take ownership of it, it's no one else. Like, your freedom is in no one else's hands but yours. And with that, when you take back your freedom, you take back your confidence in self, because it's your full ownership. And there's something about owning all of you, the good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful. Owning every part of it takes, takes that edge off, I believe. Taking full ownership of that and taking accountability of it, even if it was, a fucked up story, or a toxic relationship. Not taking ownership for what people did, but taking ownership for how we contributed to it, or how we allowed it to happen in our relationships. Just taking ownership for our part of it, and then forgiving the rest, because the forgiveness is a huge piece. The forgiveness isn't saying people are justified in what they did. Forgiveness is saying, I'm no longer being tied to this. That's all part of taking accountability. Forgiveness is all about taking accountability. Number 5, expand your ability to solve problems. This is really, really huge. The more and more you don't get so wrapped up in the problems that happen. Tony says this, and everybody loves to requote this, and you probably heard it a million times, but life happens for you, not to you. I believe that to be true. So the taking the problems that you have in life, the inconveniences, the 2020s of the world, and looking at it as an opportunity, really just saying, I'm going to pull in my resources and let's solve this problem. It's not about me. It's about my ability to use the resources around me to solve this. Really, confidence is all about the ability to solve problems. Like, you trust yourself and your abilities, that no matter what comes your way, you've got this. And in order to do that, it's taking a look at some of the things that you're probably ignoring in your life because you don't want to deal with it. But then also looking at the resources around you that you have to solve this problem, right? So a lot of times we think, oh, we need X, Y's, and Z's in order for us to start whatever it is that we want to start. But that's not true. You have all the resources around you to do what you need to do. And, looking at problems as opportunities instead of it being something of a burden. Because yes, stress in life is good for us. It pushes us to be better. It raises our standards in life. It educates us. It makes us, more aware. So expanding your ability to solve problems is just looking at the opportunities of it. And that's what it is. Number 6, I had to learn this. Stop seeking approval on the things that matter most to you. It's really, really easy for us because, and I'm speaking just to ladies in general, it's really, really easy for us to go to our friends and our family and to run ideas by them, right? And to get their take. Even though we know what we want and we know what we're trying to strive for, we know what we want to create, we still want to run our ideas by people. And a lot of times that might be a beautiful thing if you've built a community of people who get what you're doing and they can offer some of their insights that won't take away from what you're trying to create or what you're trying to do in your world. But then a lot of the times, and most of the times, ladies, we are going to people who are very short-minded and short-sighted and have their own insecurities, who are not coming from this energetic presence of confidence and self-trust. And we're asking for advice. And it's like, what? Why are we going to these people? These are not the people, ladies. Your girlfriends who constantly have relationship issues and, are always in the pity party of their life and, everything that's happening to them and all of these things. You're going to go to them, to ask for advice and their opinion about what you want to create in your world. That's just not going to ever serve you. Okay. Also, even if, you've built a community of people who are like-minded and are creating things in the world, the self-trust comes in of what I am creating and what I do matters. I don't need the approval of others. We need to get out of the practice of seeking approval and validation. And I know as, we are women and we come from a community-driven way about us. It's very natural. But the way that the way you most serve the community is bringing who you are to that community. And so stop going to people to validate what you already know is true for you. Okay. Number 7, stop overextending with your words, energy, and service for others. We talked about this in the beginning. What I learned with my practice is being able to just fall into the extension of where my body begins and my energy ends, and not needing or feeling like I need to do more than that. Okay? It's sitting in the awkward silences sometimes of conversations and sitting in the stillness of interactions with people, and really just letting relationships and conversations and communications happen as it needs to happen naturally and fluidly. I'm just making up words. I don't even know if that is even a word. But that's one of the words that I wanted to bring into 2021. So I just wanted to throw it in there. Stop overextending. Okay. This goes back into that approval and to be seen and to, get that validation. That's overextension. Take that breath, take a moment, sit in the stillness of you, plant your feet grounded on the floor, fall into your body. What is she feeling? What's the energy she's receiving? Sometimes the energy she's receiving is an energy that might rock the boat for her. And you want to go and overextend these, you want to please these people who, if you sat with it, you feel, your body feels that this isn't someone we want to do too much for. But if you don't sit with your body to feel that energy and what she's picking up from things around her, you're going to constantly be in that overextension and exertion of energy, and that energy output we talked about before, you're going to feel, you're going to feel depleted. So just sit with her, see how she feels when she's receiving this information. Really sit with what people are saying. Listen, one of the things I want to talk about is our ability to listen, not just with our ears, but with our presence. One of the things that makes a really hot relationship, and when you talk about attraction and intimacy, and something that, I would advise any couple who is trying to rekindle a relationship, is practice with presence. And again, it's not just about, oh, I'm looking at you, but my mind's like somewhere else, right? It's not just about what your eyes are doing. It's about the energetic presence of I'm here, right? The sexiest thing, and ladies, raise your hand if this is true for you. The sexiest thing for a woman is a man, or whatever your partner, whatever you choose, man or woman, is your partner to be present. If you are of the femme, core energy, what's sexiest, at least to me, is a partner who is absolutely present. That presence is the stillness in the body, this stillness of I'm here for you. I'm creating that space for both of us. But women, ladies, we could do that also, not just for other people, not just for our significant others, but for ourselves as well. This is really, really important. It's living in that stillness and that presence, not overextending, just sitting with it. Really, really hearing someone out, really, really being present and not reactive to it. And reactive isn't, I know that it sounds negative. I'm not saying like reactive and I'm defensive. No, reactive and I got to say something, or I have to fill this silence. Actually, have more silences. It's awkward, right? It's awkward to feel that there is this space in between conversations, in between the presences of others. But that space also allows their energy and their body to feel safe. Also with yourself, not just with other people's. It's allowing yourself in the stillness. And I think what I've noticed with a lot of my ladies, and me also, and the reason why I'm saying this is because this is the experience I had this past year. And what I'm working on as well is we just are always in the go, go, go. Our minds are always racing, right? It's racing. But the way that you stop the anxious mind is to find ways to fall back into your body and to really, really ground yourself in that presence. That's a gift, ladies. So if you can find any practice that you can do to do that, whether it's meditation for you, whether it's a few breaths in the morning or during the day, just now, starting this podcast, I had to breathe. Do it for yourself. Moving, dancing, do it for yourself. The last one, ladies, in order to build self-trust, is divorce or pull the timeout card on people in your life that make you feel less than. Now, if you followed me for a while, you know about my timeout card. My timeout card is especially for people that you love. You can't really divorce family members, but it's really just saying, for people who do not know the boundaries that they need to uphold, or your boundaries in life that they can't cross, and you have somebody who's always crossing boundaries or making belittling you or making you feel less than. It's saying, pulling out the timeout card, I love you, but we need a break. I love you, but from afar, because I'm going to do what I need to do. And being around you puts me in a downward spiral, is not good for the both of us. And I need my space. That's for people that you love, that have, love you and care for you, but you don't want to divorce them. But there are some people, ladies, that you do need to divorce in your life. Sometimes, a friendship has run its course, and If we're trying to fall into this presence of confidence, and again, confidence is not about cockiness. Cockiness is another thing. Confidence is all about this natural presence of energy, this natural feeling of worth. Okay. But if you're around people who are energy suckers, or, emotional terrorists, they need the boot. Okay. And we talked about it in the last episode about friends that we need to get rid of. And sometimes, it's the time. And then other times it's a timeout card. We make that distinction in a past episode. I'll put all the resources below. I also have a video I did in the past on how to effectively pull out the timeout card, because a lot of you had questions on that. Like, what's this timeout card and how do I use it on someone I love? Got you covered, girl. So these are the 8 ways to build self-trust, because again, self-trust is what confidence is. And again, to me, it's this energetic presence of, how do you explain a confident woman? Describe her. Actually, in the comments below, what is confidence to you? How do you know someone exudes confidence? To me, it's an energetic presence. It's not about what someone wears. It's not about what someone does. It's about the presence within themselves. It's about this stillness, and not just presence within themselves, presence with other people. The presence that they have a very, very clear distinction of who they are, and what they're willing to give and what they're willing to do. And also their ability to celebrate themselves. This is just something, and again, this doesn't go into the cockiness of it, but the celebration of when you get in the mode of celebrating your wins, right? You start getting into the practice of creating positive decision-making in your everyday life, right? You create this history and record of positive decision-making. Like, celebrate those small wins. Celebrate it every day. You cross something off your to-do list, or you you check yourself into the gym, or you work out at home, because that's just the way of life right now. Celebrate those wins. Take a moment for yourself to really, really take, even if it's 20 minutes a day, if it's reading a book, or if it's learning and researching something you've always wanted to do, celebrate that, and really, really show up for the things that you want to do, for all those commitments. So again, self-trust to me, is all these 8 things that we said, we talked about and discussed about what self-trust is. It all goes down to me, to discipline. It's that discipline within self. It's, just if we were to dissect it, showing up for you. It's the presence. Those are 3 things I feel: discipline, showing up, presence. Those are the things I feel like really, really aid into this feeling of confidence. And again, I'm going to take a question, actually, because I think I want to kind of bring all this in, because a lot of you are probably like, okay, what does that have to do with relationships? It has everything to do with relationships. When you are so in tune with yourself, you become a better lover. You become a better partner. You become a better mother. You become a better friend. It's easier to be around you. But it could be hard, right? It could be hard to feel these feelings when you have this. Well, I'm gonna answer this question, and this is where I'm gonna tie it back. This is from one of my ladies. How do I develop true confidence after being cheated on? I've been lying to myself and others about my pain, and I try to get over it by sleeping around to give myself a confidence boost. But I feel as empty as the day, and I feel as empty as the day I found out he was cheating. How many of us have done this in the past? Again, we think confidence boost is just, or a lot of us think confidence boost is attention, right? We feel good when we get attention. And we have 2 videos I think would help this question, and we'll put in the resources. One is signs you're an attention seeker. And actually, it's one that a lot of you want me to kind of dive in more about what to do with. But anyway, so signs you're an attention seeker. And then the other one is how to trust again after a cheating ex. And those videos I will put below in the description. And if you're listening to this on iTunes, you can head over to theladiescoach.com. Just click the link in your iTunes description, and it'll all the resources will be there as well. Anywho, so confidence boost. We think a confidence boost is about attention, like, oh, I feel good because someone gave me attention. True confidence, ladies, is feeling good without that attention. It's feeling good without the attention. It's allowing yourself to shine without the attention. It's so my babe here, she got hurt. Her boyfriend cheated on her, and she thought the best way to either get back and to feel good is to sleep around and get that attention. And, I think this is not something, and I don't want anyone to feel bad. And if you are watching this, babe, do not feel bad about this. Because we're not here in the shame game. We don't subscribe to that. We do not subscribe to the shame game. But, what I would suggest doing, we talked briefly about the forgiveness part, is detaching yourself from that story. If it feels real, it's hard to, because you feel like it's personal. Like, obviously, it's like, I was in this relationship, my significant other cheated on me. But when you detach yourself, it's saying that had nothing to do with you. Okay. Yes, we all play a role in relationships, and people do what they do. And maybe we had some, role in it. But that decision was their decision, not yours. Okay. And that has nothing to do with how worthy or not you are. Okay. That has everything to do with them. So detach yourself from that story, the story that you're telling yourself that you weren't fill in the blank enough. Fill in the blank, whatever that story is. And I want you to cut the fucking cord. Just cut it. Here's the story, cut it. You're done with it. Detach yourself from the story. It has nothing to do with you. And then 5, find forgiveness around it. And the way that you do that is, forgiveness is all about, again, it's all about saying, I'm not making excuses. I'm not justifying what you did. I'm just saying that I don't need to be tied to the story anymore. I forgive you. I know you're a person who has their own wants and needs. And, relationships show themselves for a reason. You were in this relationship for a reason. So find that beautiful reason. I'd also start thinking about all of the things that you learned in this relationship, all the beautiful times you had. And it's not to say you're going through these beautiful times so that you can get back together, because it's just so that you can wrap this up in a bow and not be tied to it anymore. Because if you're tied to it, then yes, it's hard to feel confident in your next relationship, because you're still carrying that bag. Just drop the bag of that relationship, and so that you don't have to carry that around, because it had nothing to do with you. And then, if there are opportunities of growth for you, then I would look at that too. The real confidence boost, babe, is going back to what we discussed today. Really, really diving into the glory of you. Falling into the beautiful magic of you. And you won't be able to do that if you're here. Here in the story, in what you need to do, and what you want, what you want people to give you, what the expectations of, this attention that you need. Fall into yourself, your body. I would say, and this is just like, I'm into the corny, so I'm going to say this, but this corny, this may sound corny, but grab a journal. Grab a journal, put some music on, close your eyes. Write whatever comes through, put some music on, move your body, and just write whatever comes through. The heartache, if that's coming through, the love you had for this person, if that's coming through, the pain, what you really want to be seen as, what you were doing when you were sleeping around, to feel, what is it that you were trying to feel? Write it out, get it out so it's not stored in your body. And the best way to do this is, again, don't look at what you're writing, just write from the heart, just really brain dump. More so than brain dump though, heart dump, body dump, whatever it is. The more you move your body, the more things will come through. Okay, so I would suggest that and find a way to cut the cord to this story. And then go back to number 1. Build a record of positive decision making. Start doing things that you're proud of every day. If you're going through a breakup, it's hard, right? You're going to go through the crazy 8 of emotions, right? Good and then bad, and then good and then bad. Do small things. Get up out of bed, make your bed. Oh, win, right? Start moving your body. Win. Read a book. Win. Create habits and rituals that you're proud of, and start making better decisions for yourself. So again, I'm not here to shame, being sexual creatures. It sounds like, but that wasn't really you, going out and sleeping around just to feel something that's not really you. And so I would make better decisions that make you feel good, that are like things that you can say, this is me. This is me. This feels good. Connect with women that you love, and have, just this week, it was really, really beautiful because I was able to be around, 2 women that I just look up to and I love, and I was able to fall into myself, and I was able to have a glass of wine and do the woo-woo stuff that I love, and it felt good. It felt really, really good. So I would definitely say, do things that feel good to you, and connect with the people that you want to connect with. Okay. And again, start with 1. So build a record of positive decision making, show up for yourself and your commitments. Make sure your words and actions hold value. Take accountability. Okay. Expand your ability to solve problems. Stop seeking approval on things that matter most. Stop overextending with your words, energy, and services for others. Divorce or pull that timeout card if need be, ladies, on people in your life that make you feel less than. And that, my dear, is how you build self-trust. Before we go, because I feel like I'm ranting. Hold on. Oh my goodness. I'm not. That's crazy. I felt like I was going over, but you know what? I could just take my time. I'm actually happy. Okay, ladies, since Valentine's Day is coming up, I do want to say that we have some goodies. Okay, we have some goodies. Now, I am not like huge on Valentine's Day. I always seem to forget it. Andrew always comes through for Valentine's Day, usually. I mean, most of the years he comes through. I can't say that I always come through. I just feel like, again, I'm not trying to be corny, but there, you can do special things for each other all year round. But I will say, and for my single ladies, you should be celebrating you all the time. Okay. This isn't just Valentine's Day is not just about relationships. It's about you too. Boo. You should be celebrating yourself all the time. But anywho, for those of you who've been following me for a long time, I know I love to say that. The products I'm ride or die for. And I have to bring them up again because they are killing the game. Okay. If you guys follow the Skinny Confidential, we've talked about her before. And in a past podcast episode, Chrissy and I, when, we told you that our favorite lube is this coconut oil from Woo More Play. Now, Woo More Play is, it's from so the Skinny Confidential, Lauren Bostic, her husband and best friend Wes created this line, and it is, I've been using this for years now. I just want to show you. Hi, Woo More Play. I've been using this for years. I'm very, very sensitive to lubes. Okay. And after having a baby, so for all my mamas out there too, you're going to need some lube after having the baby. Okay. You're going to need a little bit of help. Anywho, I've been using this for years because I'm very, very sensitive down there, and a lot of lubes just weren't cutting it. I'm not trying to get TMI, but since we're all women here, I guess there's some YouTube peeps here too. Yeah, you don't want to burn down there. You don't want to get bumps. You don't want to get, and there's just a lot of lubes that do that just with the ingredients that they use. That's the whole reason. But anyways, this is a super, super natural coconut oil, all natural products. It's, you can literally use it on your whole body, and it's edible. So have fun with that. And again, you don't have to be in a relationship to use this. Also you can use it on your body too for like lotion. But I love it so much. So I have this coconut love oil, which me and Andrew use. They just came out with this again for either in a relationship or single, honey. They just came out with this beautiful vibrator. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Hold on. You guys, listen. What? This is stunning. Andrew and I think we were going to be out of town for Valentine's Day with some of our friends. So your girl loaded up on all of these goods. Anywho, okay, so I want to show you some more. And what I want to do is, if you're watching this video, the reason why I'm showing you all this is because I'm going to be doing a giveaway. I'm going to be doing a giveaway of this vibrator. So you'll be getting this, not the one that I opened. Don't worry. I didn't use it. Don't get it twisted. Okay. I'm just not the open one, but you'll get a new one. You'll be getting the love oil and some freshies. So this is good just to clean up after the damage. It's good to just take with you when you're traveling. I actually am excited to use these. I haven't used these ones. So, I'm going to try that out and let you guys know. But they also have the love oil in these little cute travel size packets, which I thought was really cute. So anywho, giveaway time. I want to know what makes a confident woman to you. Comment below this video. What do you feel when you know a woman is truly confident and in her essence? And what does that look like to you? What does that feel like to you? I'm going to pick I'm going to pick 2 winners, actually. One from YouTube, one from I might pick several more. You know I love a good giveaway. So comment below this. You also, please, please, please like and subscribe to this video. And on iTunes, rate and review. That is how I'm going to, if you're on iTunes, that is how I'm going to choose my winner over there. So rate and review. And if you're on this platform, YouTube, like and subscribe. And leave a comment. What does confidence look like to you? All right, babes. Okay, so just so you know, giveaway for this. And then also I will be throwing in my book, How to Be Hot. Because, you know, we're all about that hot life. All right, ladies, I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your week. Next week, Chrissy Cakes will be here on the couch right next to me. I missed her so much. And I think that's it. I think we're good. Love you.